So over in the UK, there is this music artist, Bob Vylan, who likes to pretend like he's a punk, but really he comes off like a giant establishment shill, and he's collabed with the BBC before, so absolutely not punk behavior at all. As a matter of fact, this is very poser behavior. He says, calm down. Why is he telling people to calm down? Well, let's take a look at this clip that also got community noted, and he got destroyed in the responses. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself here a little bit. Let's start with the clip as mentioned. So almost a minute long. Here's what Bob Vylan has to say.
Yo, real quick. At no point during yesterday's show was Charlie Kirk's death celebrated. At no point whatsoever did we celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. I did call him a piece of shit. That much is true. But at no point was his death celebrated. If it was, go find me a quote, go find me something that proves that we were celebrating.
This all ages so terribly, dude. I cannot believe he posted this.
Celebrating his death. You're not going to find it.
You're not going to find it. Oh yeah, we'll see about that in just a second.
You're not going to find it because it didn't happen. What did happen is one reporter that bought their ticket online came with the sole purpose of finding something to report, and after I called him a piece of shit and we played a song, they have written that up as a celebration. Not a celebration, isn't a celebration, wasn't a celebration. Calm down.
And so yeah, he gets community noted here with a quote where he indeed was celebrating what happened to Kirk. So like, there's also a clip of this. I don't know how he thought it was a good idea to lie about not doing this. I mean, that's just crazy. That's just absolutely insane. What is this guy thinking? And then on top of it, he challenged the internet to find a clip. Like, bro, here's the clip. Let's take a look at this, shall we?
I want to dedicate this next one to an absolute piece of shit of a human being. The pronouns was, were.
Yeah, the quality's not great, but he does look like he's smiling as he says that, just like the caption in the community note had mentioned.
Because if you chat shit, you will get banned. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, you piece of shit.
But guys, you all need to calm down. You just don't understand. At no point was I ever celebrating what happened. Go find a clip, guys. You're not going to be able to find it. Yeah, okay, bro. Womp womp. Also, check this out. They let the Fred Perry Mafia on TV. You can see us perform on Later with Jules Holland this Saturday, 25th May on BBC Two and iPlayer at 10:25 p.m. Yes, nothing screams punk like this picture with the BBC caption there in the top. Oh my gosh. And so not only did this fool get called out on his own Twitter account, on his own tweet, the community note and all that, but he also got banned from the US, which I'll get to, as well as another controversy he had in the UK where people were also calling him out for that. And so fitting the topic of this video, I will really quick share one of my old punk jackets with you guys here. I made this one when I was 16 years old, sewed all the patches on by hand, drew something on the back. That's why there's like white smudges going through it. That's all that is. But that band Destroy Everything, the patch for that right there, I thought that dude looked like a combo of Guts and Kapachi Zaraki. So that just made it even better. And yeah, I know the picture's kind of scuffed. It gets cut off, but I'm being kind of lazy right now. I'll just make do with this. But here's the point anyways. I see so much poser stuff nowadays. Even like the tourist baby we were talking about yesterday is like poser in a different way, not related to punk, but you know, same kind of concept. But like, as for the punk stuff, I see entire subreddits filled with self-proclaimed punks, but all they're doing is like posting the most safe, sanitized takes possible and bootlicking corporations and shilling for the establishment. It's just immensely pathetic, which I guess takes us back to the dude that we're talking about in this video, or rather this group. But yeah, let's go back to Bob Vylan over here, who, by the way, got just immensely erased. Let me point that out too. He got 25,000 likes on his tweet, 22 million views on this, and 46,000 responses. Oh my gosh. Then earlier this year in June, there was news like Trump administration revokes visa for Bob Vylan after Glastonbury performance. Bob Vylan led concert goers into a chant that I'm not going to repeat right here. And yeah, you know, he's just, again, trying to come off like a real tough dude advocating for people to die as he's there on stage, you know, surrounded by all his yes men. So yeah, that's just some context onto controversies these dudes have been in before. But we're not done there, because there's another one. Because they also previously made the news with this song titled, I Heard You Want Your Country Back, with lyrics such as, I heard you want your country back, I heard you want your country back. You can't have that. Oh, wow. Look at these guys. Real tough, like I said. So they're all mad at the people in the UK who have been fighting against Keir Starmer's policies on immigration and the horrific things that have been going on by a number of these illegal aliens, as we have discussed multiple times here on the channel. And he's really mad about that. He's saying, you're not going to get your country back. And then what's he say here? You stole it right out of my hands and pulled the rug right under my feet. I'm Nat Turner meets Nat King Cole. A well-dressed brother with a revolution in my soul. We ain't wasting a scrap when we eat, and when we're coming for it, then we're coming to keep. Okay, bro, okay. I just can't get over how, like, try-hard this is, bro. What a joke, man. Now, look, to be fair to these guys, I think they made that song before Keir Starmer even took office. More specifically, I mean, like, took office as prime minister, excuse me. And before a lot of the recent stuff that I've discussed regarding these issues with illegal migrants in the UK. However, that said, I do also believe that they played that song live only 2 months ago, and they clearly seem to still stand by that same rhetoric. So, yeah, I don't think they've really changed since then anyways. Like, as mentioned, they seem to still stand by all that stuff. Then again, this guy did just fold under pressure when he got criticism for the whole Charlie Kirk thing, acting like he didn't actually say that stuff. Like, oh yeah, find me a clip. So who even knows with these people? Moving on. One of the top responses to Bob Vylan is actually Rudy Giuliani. Imagine getting called out by Rudy Giuliani. We can see he says here, your own words according to first-hand video, showing a quote from the video that we watched, or the clip that we watched, saying you are literally justifying the idea of shooting anyone. I've never heard of you before seeing this video, but presumably you have a massive following. I mean, that's a generous statement, I think, but okay. How irresponsible and dangerous for you to utter such words to your fans. Notice the crowd cheers in response. Your plea to calm down is not enough. You should totally renounce your own words, endorsing murder against those you disagree with, or be completely and irreparably ostracized from society. Because spreading the message that murder is an acceptable avenue to silencing free speech is dangerous and destabilizing to us all. And also, the whole calm down thing wasn't even directed at, like, people advocating violence. Like, he's telling people criticizing him to calm down, right? So, yeah, I mean, maybe that's what Giuliani meant, but it almost sounded like he thought the calm down was being directed at the people that he's riling up or whatever. And then another top response to Bob Vylan is this Frederick dude. I'm not familiar with this guy, but he says, have me a scrap on Piccadilly Gardens on a Saturday. At Veach Attorneys will film it. So I guess this guy's calling out Bob Vylan for a fight. He wants to have a little scrap with the dude. Now let me know what you think about this. I have a hunch that this offer is not going to be accepted. As a matter of fact, let me know what you think about this whole video, because that's going to be the end of it. So thank you for tuning in. As always, I hope you enjoyed this coverage. And if you did, please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Helps out greatly. Appreciate you. See you in the comments and in the next one.